Welcome back to the channel, guys. Now, I'm going to be doing something that I've always wanted to do, which is making a tier list. Remember those? So this one, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have done, but this is a anime school uniform tier list. I'm going to be going through a bunch of uniforms that a lot of people have been sending me via a few social media platforms, as well as some of my friends on Discord. Shout out to them. And I'm gonna be looking at some of these uniforms and seeing if they're really clean looking, kind of dopey looking, and I'm pretty sure we have a wide range here. To start things off, let's set a base. Sailor Moon's uniforms, I would say, is as simple as you can get. So we'll put it smack dab in the middle of the B tier. You have not Sailor Moon as in like their sailor uniforms for when they fight, but when they transform. But Sailor Moon's uniforms is as simple as you can get. Blue skirt, that little blue part of the uniform that's at the top near the collar, red accent bow of different sizes, winter's long sleeve, summer short sleeve, very simple. So I'm gonna say anything of above Sailor Moon that looks better is gonna be above, and anything that looks worse than Sailor Moon is gonna be below, and then we'll go from there. First up here we have Bleach's. Let me grab the right one. We have Bleach's uniforms. So as it stands, I like blazers. You can see a lot of blazers at the top. Didn't wish it was so gray looking, but for now, I'll put Bleach uniforms at an A tier. The matching gray skirts, the gray blazers, the red bow. I think the only thing I don't like, and we'll be able to look at guys' uniforms as well, if applicable, because sometimes guys just have a white button-down shirt and same color pants as whatever color that the females have. So the Bleach uniforms are very simple. Maybe a little too simple, but just the fact that they have a blazer is one thing I really like. And then we have next in line Chubio. 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 That's how you say it. Nailed it. It's a sixth grade Cinderella anime. I haven't watched all this, but again, we're looking at gray blazer styles when they got the plaid skirts and then matching colored bow. I'm gonna say this is a lot nicer than what Bleach had at an A tier. Not counting things like their socks, because I'm a big fan of like thigh high socks and all that. But I like darker colors, and if they're gonna have any opposing colors with their blazers, I prefer it not to be as loud or colorful. The red plaid seems really nice. I haven't watched Cardcaptor Sakura, but Cardcaptor Sakura's uniforms seem really nice. There is more variety. I'll probably put it above Sailor Moon's, but I do like how they have variety for the guys and girls. For the guys, they have a light blue blazer. Again, fan of blazers. For now, I'll put it at a high B. It could be a low A. I'll give it a low A. It's above Bleach, but not as good as Chubio's. They have like that nice badge. They have a tie, a necktie. I prefer neckties over bow ties because like I wore a bow tie once, didn't like it. As for the other uniforms for like the main character and all that, again, very simple. It looks like your normal simple school uniform that you see, just like the colors are a bit reversed. You have dark navy blue as the main color, then you have a red accent on like the sleeves and collars, which is nice. Yeah, I think just the fact that they have variety for their guys, and let's be honest here, iconic doesn't necessarily mean it's the best uniform. We have a good variety here. Next, Code Geass. Code Geass, again, it's if I were to lean towards looking more towards the women's uniforms, they have a yellow cream colored uniform, which is really nice. And then along with that, they get to wear a long necktie. I'd say it's at the top of A tier right now. Again, no S tier uniforms right now, or at least not yet. The guys' uniforms seem very simple. It looks like a more how do I say, not the Gakuren, which is kind of like the little gold button one, but it's like a side gold button, which is a good difference for them. They're still wearing all black, which is very simple. But the women's uniforms, they have the green skirt, green tie, very nice. I also remember correctly that like they have like a summer style uniform and like a winter style uniform that pretty much go hand in hand. I'm a fan of Cody Yasa's uniforms, and seeing CC in their school uniform is probably one of the best things about the series in terms of their whole school slice of life part. Who here has watched Full Metal Panic? I gotta be honest with you, Full Metal Panic is gonna be my first S tier uniform. Yes, better than all the ones I've named off so far. I don't know, I'm just naturally just drawn to it. Odd thing is that I feel like their skirts are slightly longer, and I'm into the longer skirts for uniforms than short skirts. Short skirts is really overplayed in all these series that involve high school and stuff like that. The skirts are always absurdly short. There's actually one episode where she's like coaching the rugby team and she wears a much longer skirt, which is my kind of fit. But I love the colored that was used. It's more of teal. Sorry if I'm not good at choosing colors. It's more teal and it kind of matches her hair. But the red bow, teal, and then like the gold button double breasted style is nice. And then their summer uniforms, incongruent is to what they're to what they're wearing in regards to winter is just as nice. But I don't know. I'm for some reason I can't put my finger on it. I'm obviously not a fashion designer, but I really like how the Full Metal Panic uniforms look. You guys should check that out if you're a fan of Kyoto Animation, obviously. It wouldn't be a video from me if we didn't talk about Girls in Panzer. And Girls in Panzer uniforms are interesting. Not as nice as everyone else. I'd put it at like a high B because it's simple, but it's green and white and black as their scarf, and for some reason in the middle of their uniforms they have like a white cross at their sternum, which is interesting. You know, I don't think it's Christian related, they're just a white cross there, but I like the color schemes they use. I would go into more Girls in Panzer uniforms, but there's like 50 different teams over there. I know Saunders has gray blazers, red skirts, black ties. That would be a good one to put in here. But I don't want half these uniforms to be Girls in Panzer uniforms. Like, that's not fair. I'd say a high B for them, even though it's my favorite anime series. Haruhi. Again, I think this would be maybe one of my S tiers. I'm putting it in S tier for now because I love their winter uniform. The scarf I don't think counts. That's an accessory for Kyon. But you gotta look at how they have multiple pieces. They have a blazer and a vest and the red tie to throw it all together. And then Haruhi, along with all the other female uniforms, they have a slightly longer blue skirt and but that dark jacket that they have for the winter, beautiful. I think it's one of my favorite pictures of the characters. It really ties it all together. And again, you know, I know iconic doesn't count, but in my brain, whenever I see that color scheme of the uniforms, I automatically think Haruhi. I have not watched Kageguri, but their uniforms are a little too loud. It'll be my first see. Kageguri's uniforms, I was talking to my wife about it, and she made a good point. They look like they're all dealers at a gambling table, which also makes sense. That makes sense because it's a gambling anime, but they all look like the people at the casinos that will deal you the cards. They wave their hands at the money when they throw it down. The blazer is cool, but I feel like bright red is a little too loud for me for a top. It doesn't sit well with me. And then their neck part, which is like not really a tie, but it's just a really tiny bow. I think I'd lean more towards, if you're gonna wear a bow, it should be a little more how do I say, loud, bigger, stand out more kind of deal. But I'll always Kageguri at C. Speaking of anime series, I start with K. Kaguya-sama. Okay, so these ones are everyone likes the Kaguya-sama uniforms. The guys have nothing. It's your standard guy uniform. So let's just talk about the girls uniform. I'm putting the girls uniform at like a low B. I can't put my finger on it. It's just black with a white, whatever the flap that is, that goes there for a sailor uniform, and a red bow. Simple, great, but it kind of looks like something Amish people would wear. I can't put my finger on it. Like, hear me out. You get Kaguya, or you get any of the other characters wearing this uniform. You put a bonnet on them. And you slap the bonnet on them, and then they look like they'll be like at the next Salem witch trial burning, standing in the back. That's the way I see it. I don't know. It's the sleek blackness that kind of gets me. Like it's a little too simple, like as if they were trying to take something from like another century of times where things were much darker and grimmer. I'm gonna keep it at that. This one's from Maid Sama. This was something one of my friends sent me, and I remember they sent me like a cosplay of it, and it was like green blazer on top, a brown skirt at the bottom. It looks more tan in this picture. That's a that's probably gonna be my first D. Like, I mean, if I think if it feels like plaid, I think they are actually plaid pants, plaid skirts. But I'm gonna say D. And the green on top of the brown or plaid or beige on the bottom doesn't sit right with me. I don't know. That seems like such a weird color scheme. And color scheme sounds really weird when you say it out loud, kind of like what Dimitri Martin said. Komi-san, haven't finished this. I'm gonna give this one a low A. It's again dark blazer. No, I'll go mid A actually, above Bleach and Cardcaptor. I like the dark blazer. I like the plaid skirts, if not plaid skirts, just like a darker maroon skirt, and obviously that matches their bow or tie accessory at their chest. Yeah, not much to say about that. That kind of like hits everything that I'm into. Pretty much dark blazers is my thing, except the exception at S, which is Fullmetal Panic. Oh god, what's this anime called? Alright, this is from Mahoka, and this is just awful. Okay. For some reason, I was told by some people that a lot of people think of classy uniforms. They think of Mahoka, and that is not true at all. These look awful. It's like a long science uniform, like a button-down jacket, blazer, white and green in the oddest places. Like on this guy down here, like it just shows like his crotch area, but then the flaps on the side just hang there, and then all the girls have like even longer ones all the way down to their ankles. It's too bright and too, it just looks terrible. I do not like. I'm not a fan of that. If you think this is really nice, then sure, wear it in public, see how it blends in. Monogatari. The Monogatari uniforms are pretty nice. I don't like uniforms with puffy shoulders. I don't know why. I'm not into that. I put at a... it's aesthetic though. Like, I like the little triangle accent near the hip. I don't see too many uniforms that have that. I'll put at a low... I'll put at like a mid B for the Monogatari uniforms. Not much to say about that. You have decent sized skirts, and then like the puffy shoulders I'm not a fan of actually, so I'll lower it a little bit. I'll put the end of the B list. Usagi no Phantom World uniforms. So this is a good one. This is a good one. I like the cream colored uniform. It's not a blazer, but it's kind of like, yeah, it's like a sweater vest, and then they have like a blue plaid looking bow. And I like the details around like the trim that they use like at the end of their skirts. Regardless of character design, these are really nice. This is like a low A for that one. Ouran High School Club. Haven't seen this, but classic boys uniforms. Very simple, very sleek. I would put this at a... I don't like the color. It's a little too light for blazers. I would put this at a mid B as well. But really, really simple. You have the dark slacks, light blazer, dark necktie, and white undershirt, which is beyond classic. That's very good. Okay, what's this? This is like the Secret Something Club. What's this called? Not secret. It's Pretty Boy Detective Club. These are just as awful. You have the striped referee pants. I think these guys are all referees. I haven't watched this. And like they have like this green vest and a black tie. The green vest and black tie are great. I don't like the pants or like the skirt, the striped skirt. Like they're they're going to prison or something like that. I don't know, or they're in prison. Speaking of prison, prison school, yeah. Other than the obvious, prison school is not looking at the obvious uniforms of like the guys in the prison uniforms. Those are great uniforms. I'd wear those. But the brown looking blazer with the red string in the middle is pretty good. That color for some reason for their uniforms is okay, but they pull it off just fine. Prison school uniforms I put like a high C. Let's put a high C here. Apparently this is only one episode, but Revolutionary Girl Utena. Again, not a fan of the puffy shoulders. That's an outrageously big tie or whatever part of the uniform that is, the school uniform. The color scheme's all right. It's a green. I'll put that like a mid C. That's better than Peach Girls, that's for sure. I'll put it in mid C for now. Oh yes, School Rumble. So remember when I said, you know, like the brown or beige is kind of weird for like prison school. Whoops, grab the wrong one. School Rumble. So this is one of my S's. School Rumble's uniforms, very nice. Well, low S. No, let's move it to high A. I wouldn't say S, high A. I'm being a little biased because I just love that anime. But big fan of the red skirt, the tan or beige vest, and their shoulders are a little puffy, but I think that's just the way they're being worn. But I'm a big fan of just the overall style of it. I think they had that little like triangle tassel that hangs down a little bit, which I think is a nice touch. It's not just like a normal vest that just cuts off and just surrounds you. Like it actually does like fall, like the accents fall forward, which is really cool. So yeah, I'll give School Rumble an A. My teen romantic comedy snafu, not much for the guys, but the girls, slightly shorter skirts, dark blazer, optional to tuck in your white shirt and all that stuff. I'd say this at the highest. Whoops, this would be at the highest of B's. That's pretty much all I can say about that. It's your standard dark blazer, and I like dark blazers. The plaid skirts though, nah. FA, let's go low A for that one. I like that one. Probably move it up here because it's better than all those ones. Okay, so it's a mid A. Oh, here we go. The world God only knows. But now, remember when I said I wasn't a fan of like bright colored blazers? This is probably one of the exceptions. I'd put this at a low S. So the women don't have they have bright red like what coats. That's not a blazer, but what Kama, the main character, wears, very nice. He's got like the red blazer suit, white shirt, and he's got like this frilly, poofy white, it's not a handkerchief, but something that hangs around the neck, and it's like the classiest thing that I feel like you could wear. Like it just, that little cloth at his chest pretty much says this school is a little too expensive for you. You know, go to a public school. And not counting that little neck explosive that he wears. I really do miss his anime, and I really like. It's pretty much a red on pink, which is very loud colors, but it's one of the very few loud color uniforms I would place this high off the ground. And honorable mention. Okay, this anime is called Dropout, and I will say watch this at your own discretion. I like the uniforms from Dropout. Again, bright blazer. They have like again the classic red bow. The leather bound neck brace that they're wearing, or the neck choker, is interesting for a uniform. I've never seen that for other uniforms. Oh god, I hate how this was mentioned to me and suggested to me by Sumeto. Why? Let's be honest. Okay, this is a low D. Like a choker is not good for a uniform, and we all know what's going on here. Watch at your own discretion. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys subscribe. Hope you guys not subscribe, whichever one feels comfortable to you. Like, notifications, all that good stuff. Let me know if there's a tier list you guys want to see. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with my decisions. And make sure you be safe out there. Stay gold. See you in the next one.